Hey, I'm Kev and welcome back to MotoGP 17 and the Manager Careers. We're at crunch time in the season and we are heading to Phillip Island. As here we are in Australia. And beautiful conditions, some clouds in the sky, but mostly sunny, just like in Japan last time out, where you perhaps saw the decisive swing in the championship battle between MacDonald and Canet. MacDonald hasn't won a race for a while, but it's just been very consistent, picking up the points perhaps learned from last season, when he was in a similarly strong position at this point in the championship, but then fell away. Now it's not like he's doing the reverse this season. And to Canet, double champion, his arch rival in Moto3. This would be a very sweet championship victory, but we've still got 3 rounds to negotiate. And Phillip Island is a circuit again where MacDonald's had pace, perhaps hasn't picked up the results he's deserved in the past, like we fought around the Tring Motegi, but you reversed that last time out, didn't he? Maybe you can do it around here on the circuit, which might be my favourite on the calendar. I always say it's one of my favourites, but I think I'm going to put my hand down. I'm going to get off the fence for once and say it probably is my favourite circuit on the calendar. Fast, flowing, right for motorcycle battling as well. Good for 4 wheels as well as 2. And we've seen some classic races round here in the past. Not least with MotoGP a couple of years ago, where you had Marquez with one of the best final laps ever to win that race ahead of Lorenzo. You also had Rossi, Iannone, right up there, battling for the win for every lap they were battling for the win. Hopefully MacDonald can do that as well, as he posts a 38.7. Pretty good, I would say. Let's find out though, as he's still on the first page. It definitely was a good qualifying effort. And he leads the 5th row, ahead of Nuruddin and Loy Alert. Got to be careful of into that first couple of corners, as top Persia is Kornfeld in 18th. Top Mahindra, our next best Mahindra, is there reported in 20th. As looking further down, this Kumar in 25th. Finished Patrick right at the back, but right at the front is our championship rival Canet, ahead of Venati by 9,000th of a second in qualifying, with Mir 3rd, Martin 4th, Bulliger 6th, McPhee splitting them on the 2nd row. An all-Italian 3rd row with Hotel running out the top 10. So can MacDonald move forward in the race and keep up this consistency? As here we are under the gorgeous Australian sun, looking at the grid, and you can see Rodrigo kind of happy with 12th. He seems a bit anxious about that, as Light still leads the 5th row ahead of Nuruddin and Loy Alert. There is Della Porta in 20th, looking a bit cheeky. Binder in 20th, looking happy. And there's Kumar leading the 9th row ahead of Bo and Herrera, with your usual suspects.
Riders have all lined up on the starting grid. We are mere seconds away from the start of what promises to be a sensational Grand Prix.
Right at the back, as Gavin Emmett interrupts us, as MacDonald straps in what should be our thrill ride of a race. Just wait for the lights up here. And go out for the 6th lap race. Beginning on 13th, Rodrigo again having a poor start as he swoop in front of the Argentine rider. Get the inside line for this first corner. Don't want to be going wide into it. But then there's multiple lines heading into the 2nd corner. Whoa, there was almost a clash there between Magello and the German in front. And it's like Bulliger's going wide. MacDonald trying to ease down the inside of the Italians here, and almost losing the rear wheel coming out the corner though. Because now here comes Danilo maybe through Casey Stoner corner. Doesn't look like it. As Bulliger's battling with his teammate, not for the win, but for the 9th. As well, MacDonald slides down the inside of Bashani from nowhere. Very hot heading into the hairpin, so easy to do that. As Mir's past McPhee for 3rd, but it looks like Mir's now losing out. He's taking back that podium position. And now MacDonald's right on the back of Bulliger. They were battling for the win last time out. Now it's battling for a top 10. As he backs out of the right-hander now through the left-hander over the hill. You've seen in the past MacDonald very strong over it. It looks like Antonet's holding up a train. MacDonald takes advantage of. Oh, brakes slightly late though. Braked on the crest of the hill. Want to brake slightly before that. But he holds on to 6th as Mir's dropping down to 5th. Mir getting bullied on this opening lap. Don't often say that. There's now the Germans down the inside of MacDonald in the final corner. Over 100 miles per hour. Side by side. And the K-Jam's got a fantastic run as Antonet slipstreaming him. Canet leads and now here comes all of the gang. Got the Honda as well. Whoa, MacDonald. Almost bashing tyres there. He's looking down the inside of Antonetti into the second corner. Fantastic how many different lines you can take. We're going on the power slightly earlier there. Out the left-hander running wide. But holds on to 6th. But he wants to be part of the top 5 back. Like this second 5. So MacDonald did the opening lap on that first lap. How fast is that? As Venati takes second from McPhee. It looks like Mir though, he's regained his composure on this second lap. He's back into the lead. Is he? No, it's Canet. But he's back up to 3rd as MacDonald clips the inside curve there. Don't want to be doing that. Holds on to 7th. It's Antonet half a second in front. But you know what MacDonald can do over this left-hander. You saw how feebly Antonet took on the previous lap. He's doing it again. Not sure where he wants to go, Antonet. MacDonald brakes a bit earlier this time. Oh, hooks up that apex beautifully. That's the lid up. Power through that left-hander. Just holding on to 6th. Now through the final corner. Taking that in 3rd around 100 miles per hour. And hard on the power. Dab the brakes there just to get it right into the apex so I can get on the power. Slightly earlier heading onto this long front straight. So important. Get on the power early as Canet dips into the 39s. So does MacDonald though. Looks like he's set another fast set by a couple of tenths of a second as he runs slightly wide though in the first corner. But dives down the inside of McPhee and the Scots have clashed. MacDonald down as it was actually me who set the fastest lap in that second lap with 39.4. MacDonald down to 20th. Oh, just as I thought, he's going to run away with the championship. Now he's heading back in this race down to 20th. He's got to get a top 10 like Canet did in the last round. And he outbrakes himself into the hairpin though. That's allowed a whole host of bikes down his inside, including his teammate, including Kumar. Can't be doing that to your teammate, mate. That'd be a Pedrosa, 2006 Pedrosa. You've got Della Porte and Dinero battling in front for 17th. Got MacDonald in 21st behind Ramirez. The advantage as MacDonald was, building up his speed again. Now over the brow of the hill. Well, he's taking advantage of a couple of guys being a bit slow. Being Dinero. He's right behind Della Porte into the hairpin. He's down. The Mahindra riders are clashed. And MacDonald has definitely got an uphill battle now. He's last. As we're halfway through this race, MacDonald is down to last. Once again, Philip Islander struck for the Scot. An elusive rider. Well, they even score points here. As he's got some slipstream heading down this front straight and into the second half of the race. That lead on Canet will vanish after this race. As he got Tuba and Herrera battling for 29th in front. MacDonald's just going to be all out aggressive now for the remainder of this race. He's got to be. You've got to be so patient on the power through that left-hander. You don't want to be running wide on the exit. You've got Herrera right in front having a poor race as the Spaniard. So there's Arenas behind us. As Martin leads ahead of McPhee. That's good news at least. There's not Canet leading. Well, he takes the inside line for the hairpin. Whoa. Finish Patrick, where you looking, mate? What's that? Kornfeld down in 31st. Could be a poor race for a Czech rider. Got Bow in front. 28th. MacDonald working his way through the field nicely. And he's fourth for that. Going slightly wide at first into that left-hander, but hooks up the apex. Gets on the power much earlier than most riders. And down the hill, looking down the inside of Nuruddin. Survives this time into 22nd. This Kumar in front in 21st, having a good race. Is our teammate right on the edge of his objective. And he's going to give us some slipstream down this front stretch. As he's taking to get past Kornfeld. He wasn't having a poor race as the Czech rider. As he's dropped down to 27 outside the top 20. Look at this Kumar going 3 wide. But instead eases back, lets his teammate by. He bashes his way back into 17th. It's on this penultimate at that. MacDonald is actually within reach of a point after being last a lap ago. He definitely does have the pace round here. Riding angry as MacDonald and riding well. As Loy's battling for the final point with Suzuki. As well, Danilo taking a nook in that left-hander, very ambitious. We're breaking early into that right hand, and look at that, dips into the 38s. That's what happens when you ride angry. Kumar up to 18th now, following his teammate through the field. Good to see from the Indian. Let's see if we can follow MacDonald into the points. There's Suzuki over a second ahead. He's got a gap to make up here if he wants some points, MacDonald. He's coming to his favourite part of the circuit. This left-hander. Bit more thoughtful on the throttle with the left-hander. And see, Loy holds that final point. Of course, Loy holds that final point. But he's right in the tail now of Suzuki. Can maybe get the slipstream of the Honda rider into this front stretch. Gets on the power very early there in that final corner. Again, dabbing the brakes. Want to make sure I hit that apex, not running wide. As Canet and McPhee are battling for the win on this final lap of the Australian Motorcycle Grand Prix. What a Grand Prix it's been as they're going 3 wide into the first corner. MacDonald using all of the curb. Going to power very early. Sliding the bike into the points. He's got Loy in front. And he's got the teammates of Rodrigo and Guevara in front of him as he started by Sasaki, the teammate to Nuruddin. Breaking very early into the hairpin. Maybe slide down the inside of Loy, not quite. But this is a fantastic recovery after being last for MacDonald heading into the second half of this race. As he uses all the curb to get by Loy. Important manoeuvre there. Because now he's got a clear run, not on the teammates in front, heading into that left-hander. Looking round the outside. Got round 1, got round 2. Oh, he got in the power early though. Very tight line heading into the hairpin. That just means he hooks up the apex. Up into 12. As Ollie bashes wheels though and runs wide. What is he doing? And oh, here come the teammates fighting back. MacDonald on the outside. Being pushed wide. Can he grab 12th though, heading towards the line? Past Rodrigo, past Guevara. 12th from last in 3 laps. That's a good, fantastic recovery. Fantastic pace in the second half of the race. Shame he had to do it though, as he did the fastest out by a country mile. Well, Canet wins just ahead of Finati and McPhee on the podium. Fantastic from the Scot. Antonelli 4th, Mir 5th, Martin 6th. The top 6 separated by just over 4 tenths of a second. Incredible. Hotel in 7th in the second pack, ahead of Bastianini. Bulega down tonight, back to earth for the Japan winner. DJ Antonio rounds out the top 10. Mugello 11th. They're separated by just over 5 tenths of a second. Those 5 riders, with MacDonald leading the next pack in 12 ahead of Rodrigo and Guevara. With Loy grabbing the final point by 83 thousandths of a second ahead of Sasaki. Suzuki 17th, Kumar in 18th ahead of Danilo, and the tie rider with a top 20. Good result from him. So a very good race for Elusive in the end, at least, you know, for the team. Championship rise for MacDonald though, not good at all. So in the championship, it has closed up once again between MacDonald and Canet. It's just 4 points is the lead for the Scot. I thought it was going to be smooth sailing in these final 3 races, but once again, Phillip Island has bitten. While for Mir, his championship chance are virtually over. 44 points back for the reigning champ. He's going to have to give up that crown at the end of the season, with Budiga in for 14 points ahead of Martin. O'Tail rounds out the top 10 by 3 points ahead of Bastianini. Sticking further down the order. There's once again no changes in the championship apart from the tie rider up to 30th now with his first top 20 finish of the season, I believe. As in the constructors' standings, Honda virtually clinched it after this race. 48 points ahead of Mahindra with 2 rounds remaining. KTM in 3rd and Peugeot yet to score. As we have unlocked on Australian motorcycle legend Nick Doohan from 1995, and he's busy winning 5 championships, while MacDonald is looking to grab his first championship, but after that double fall in Australia, he didn't quite get the finish position he wanted, even though he moved ahead of where he started in the end. It still maintains that championship lead is going to be much harder than expected in the final 2 rounds. Well, for Kumar, look at that, moving forward once again, another double points finish for Elusive. Oh, our bank balance and reputation will be very happy about that, as Kumar improves his braking, throttle management and cornering, while MacDonald improves his braking, cornering and body position. And he actually didn't earn a lot of reputation actually, but a decent amount of credits. As next time out we head to the final part of the triple header and the Malaysian Motorcycle Grand Prix around the Sepang International Circuit. Circuit which has been very kind to MacDonald in the past and needs to be once again if he wants to maintain the championship lead heading to the final round in Valencia, which will happen for the first time in Scott's career if he does. Well, for Kumar, can he once again just continue the streak of picking up the top 20 results? Find out next time. South watching, and I'll see you then.